Morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending with where you are. My name is Dorcas Juliet. Once again, I'm here. Want to apologize. We are not able to finish our Zoom as we had purposed. Sorry for that technical hitch. And I was not able to continue even when we tried to do in Google Meet. And thank you all for those who joined. If you are not maybe in the first session we had, I'll be able to share that even also in the group, the link for that recording in the group. And I pray that it will be a blessing. Right now, what I just want to do is, because I feel like there is some backlog, there's something that I've not finished. I want us to complete. That is the reason why I'm doing this offline. I want us to complete and also to get feedbacks on which are the areas that you need to improve, which are the areas that you need some help, which are the areas that you need to work on, so that we may not just impose on you what we think you need, but we also need to understand what you need. So kindly, we are going to share a feedback form. With those feedback forms, just share your mind. What do you want? Like, what is your area of challenge? Somebody may be fighting an addiction. Somebody might just be having an issue maybe in the finances. Someone also maybe in mindset or has a limiting belief. We need to know exactly what is it. As I said in the first group, we are, okay, this is not something that has been running. That's why I said you are our pioneers. So we will really want to hear from you, to get your feedbacks, to know what are your pain points and what we can do. So I'll go ahead so that I can proceed on this show and show you what exactly we wanted you to hear from us about the Rediscover You workshop. Forgive us for doing online, being that it's also a holiday and a festive season. Getting people is very hard. But now from henceforth, by the time, like, let me say a time like this next year, we'll have already a restructured thing that somebody knows how to go about. Like you had replanned yourself. This one well, just came like impromptu. You find even the date, I was not clear with it because of the time, the season that you are in. I'm sorry, you may hear some noise from the background or from the neighborhood. I had to hide myself to finish this. I had to hide myself to finish this. But going forward, we're going to have some peaceful place and also work on our lightings and on our videos. Just give us time. So as I said, my name is Dorcas Juliet. You can call me Precious Joel. You may find me on Facebook. One of my accounts is Precious Joel. And I'm honored to be here with you, guiding you today to embark on your transformative journey, to help you reconnect with your true self. My desire, my passion is for every one of us to live a thriving life with no limitation. And some of the limitations, we don't even know them. Some of the limitations are inside us. They're not even from outside. Some of the limitations we have, they're not even about money. The problem is not even money. I saw a quote one day that said, if your problem is money, then you don't have a problem at all. So we need to find out what are the problems. We need to find out what are our values. What do we stand for? How are our thoughts, our feelings? What triggers do we have? What makes us do whatever we do? What makes us feel the way we feel? And what is inside us that needs to be awakened? What is that uniqueness in us that needs to be awakened? That is where we need to be aware of ourselves, aware of how we think, how we feel, what are those triggers, and also discover what is this unique about us, the potential that is in us, and also be able to take care of ourselves, body, mind, and soul. So welcome again. If you missed, and I'm the founder of TPDC. If you asked me if we could be here today, I'll say no, even if it is 2 months ago. This is just something that is like in line of my purpose, and the push was too much. I had like, I just want to start it at this season. And I'm very sure that maybe by the end of the year, we'll have something strong for all of us. I'll urge you once again, if you're not in TPDC WhatsApp group, you're missing a lot. That is where we are going to engage in conversations, in questions and answers. You are going to share your sentiments. So don't be limited. Make sure you are in a group, either in TPDS, but I prefer the TPDC and beyond WhatsApp group. Then we also have a group that is active right now, that is TRS, that is one just to know about your wellness and health and the things that maybe you can do or use that can help you have an effective health. So let me go straight to sharing my screen so that I may not be late, because I might even break this I might break the session, being that Zoom free, we have only 40 minutes, so I don't want to take much of my time. A lot of what we do and all other questions, I'll share the first recording we had. It is not good on video, but you'll be able to see and maybe hear what I'll be what I'll be doing. But I think it is majorly with the on this introduction of who I am and what I do, and also part of my story. What triggers me also, like my most trigger, or what is pushing me also to do this, is my life journey. I've shared my own part of struggle in this journey, and the only problem I can say is because I didn't know who I am, I didn't know the potential that I have, I didn't know which role I need to play, I didn't know anything unique about myself. I valued more people, other feelings than myself. I valued any other person. I'm so gentle on other people, but not myself. And I had to take in some things that I shouldn't, just because I felt like I need to. I gave myself more. Does that mean that we're not supposed to give ourselves? No, but not at the expenses of your own sanity, of your own growth, of yourself. So let's go on. Allow me share my screen. And don't worry, we are sharing it from. Maybe just to read through for the sake of time. Allow me just to read through. This is how the presentation was structured, and it really took us time. As I said, this was my first time to make a presentation, to do all this deciding. It was my first time. I've never done this before. I didn't know. I wish I had known, could have prepared myself like some months back. But the push, the passion was just something else. So I welcome you once again to Rediscovery Workshop, a journey to self-awareness and self-discovery and self-care. So feel free, you share your feedback at your own time, and also share with us your pain points, areas that you think that need to be handled, you need help from. If maybe you are going through a specific thing, particularly maybe on your line of purpose, or even an addiction, a challenge that you need to share with someone, maybe to help you, or even on doing some settings, let us know. So this workshop was designed to unleash your true potential, and we are here to set you off to a journey of self-awareness and self-discovery and self-care. And for us, we are very dedicated to you, so that we can give you the best. We may not have started on the best foot, but we are dedicated to give you the best, so that you can end up to be living your purposeful driven life, not with any limitation. So as I already said, my name is Dorcas Juliet, and I'm the founder of TPDC. And Dorcas Juliet is one of the resilient person I know. If resilient was a person, then that could be me. I'm purpose-driven woman, and I'm also an entrepreneur running a business called Juble. If you go to social media, you search Juble, Jblehe. That is me. That is the business, and we are going to celebrate 6 years. We still have some challenges because of what we are going to share ahead, but we are on. So I'm very passionate in also leading others to live their purposeful driven life. And I specialize in growth, self-discovery, particularly transformation. I just want someone, like, if there is anything in you, that thing must come out. That is my, if there is any ability in you, there's any strength in you, there's any wealth in you, there's success in you, that is what needs to come out. So we need to find out what is the problem right now, what is the challenge. So I want to help individuals as I help myself, because I'm still on the journey. I'm still on the journey. Help myself. We tap on our full potential. We tap on our full potential. And on TPDC is that the in full, it is transformative personal development center. So it is a personal development center. We need to work on ourselves, so that even when we are given when you have some profession or even career, we know how to handle them. Even the offices God has given us, even in a family, if we know ourselves, we help others even know themselves, and even unlock their potential. You'll be able to sense something is wrong and this needs to be done. And you're dedicated in nurturing individuals towards becoming the best version of themselves in their body, in their mind, in their souls, even economically. So we believe in power of self-awareness, self-discovery, and self-care to bring the lasting change. The change that we need, it is inside us. Unfortunately, we expect change to come from outside, but the change is inside us. So we need to work on ourselves to find out what is inside us. If it is limiting belief, what are these barriers inside us? What are these strengths that just need to be awakened? What are these giants in that uniqueness that is in us that needs to be awakened? So our purpose is to guide, our mission is to guide and support individuals and communities in unlocking their potential, creating a life aligned with the true purpose and building the mindset of a leader that they are. I'm sorry, there's something I've done. As I said, you are a king in your own dominion. I'm just reading through this for the sake of the person who is coming through, like this is the first time you're coming through this session. But in the first video, we talked a little, like 20 minutes, of just our introduction before the video went off. So I'll also share that one, but I'm also sharing this for the sake of, for the person who is like, this is the first video you are getting, this one. So we envision a world where individuals are fully equipped to rediscover their true self, embrace their unique potential, and live a life full of purpose, resilience, and fulfilling their purpose. Fulfillment guided by a strong spiritual foundation. We don't want us to fulfill our purpose, but with wrong foundations or with wrong beliefs or from wrong, like, I don't want even to mention. Like if our biggest challenge is poverty, we don't want to handle poverty using other means. We just want to use the right way that God blessed in us. By personal growth, we empower each one to tap into their authentic self, aligned with their divine purpose and becoming transformative leaders in the community and beyond. As I said, you are a king, you're a leader in your own domain, in your own dominion. You are unique. God created you something special. You are supposed to serve in your own domain, to rule in your own domain, to lead others in your own domain. And that domain is what we need also to find out. What is it? What is your purpose? Where are you uniquely blessed? So we have different group I already shared. Make sure that you are in one WhatsApp group, not community. I did a mistake on the advertisement, but we will do better in next time. Community, we're just going to do announcements only so that we can keep track of what is happening. But on the group, we're going to have conversation according to the topics that we're going to be handling every time. So our expectation during what to expect from this workshop is to have understanding of who you are, that is on self-awareness and on self-discovery. Identify your passion, values, and purpose. On self-care, build habits that foster personal growth and mental well-being. The session will introduce you to powerful concepts. You will walk away with actionable insights, tips, questions to reflect on, and an opportunity to dive deeper into your personal transformation. As I said, this is just the beginning. We cannot have one workshop or one session and it handles everything. It cannot. It's not possible. So I urge you, all of you, that you make sure you do your best. Make sure you do your best and engage even in other coming sessions. So be prepared to reflect, engage, and take actionable steps towards rediscovering you. You must be prepared. You must also be ready to reflect. You're going to ask questions, and these questions are supposed to make you feel like reflect on your life. So you need to take time. The reason why I had to share this presentation is because of these questions you need to ask yourself, analyze yourself. What helped me is mostly like I take time to reflect, to analyze myself more than I wait for any other person to tell me this and this. I analyze myself. So reflect and also engage, take actions, take actionable steps towards rediscovering. Yes, I might be here to help you, to guide you, but imagine the potential, the real person is you. if you'll not be able to ask yourself those questions, find out what are these uniqueness, find out addressing some things, addressing them, and addressing them, undressing like kuzitoa nguo, and then dressing them, and learning and relearning. That is you. Me, I'll just have to guide you. Maybe guide you and push you for accountability. That is what I'm going to do. And maybe a little more, giving you the resources and the tools that you need. But the bigger part of this transformation is you. So let's look at our trivia. What is this one thing you wish you had more time for? Who is this person that you wish you had more time for? Leave alone now, maybe our loved ones that are already gone to be with the Lord. Us, like where we are. The person, what is this one thing you wish you had more time for? What is this one thing? And what does self-awareness mean to you? When you say self-awareness, what is self-awareness? What does it really, like, what does it really come into your mind? What is that one area in your life that you have experienced personal growth, or you're totally like, you are in retarded growth? There is no growth. There is no growth. What is this one area? There is so much growth. You have experienced that growth. And what is this another area that there is no growth and you're yearning for that growth? As I said, I'll share part of my story I had shared in the first group, the first session. So I'll not reshare again, but you're going to encounter these stories as we go on, particularly when we share more of when we share more of the programs that are coming. So let's dive in. Let's dive in again. So I want us to handle something. This self-awareness. When you say self-awareness, what is it? Self-awareness, it's not just about being able to recognize your current state. Like, okay, I'm this, I have this, I don't have this. No, it's not just about recognizing what are your current state, the state of your emotions, the state of your habits, the state of your behavior, and how they influence maybe your action. It's not just about that alone. It is also about knowing your core. Who are you? Understanding who truly are you. Who really are you? If you ask yourself, sit down and ask yourself this politely with no noise when there's no disturbance, ask yourself, who really am I? And beneath all the labels you have given yourself, in the story I told you, there's a time I felt I'm unworthy. There's a time I felt even life is not worthy. What are you telling yourself right now? What are the labels you're giving yourself? And unfortunately, those are labels we give ourselves. They're very harsh, and they're the labels we cannot tell somebody else. You not tell somebody else you're unworthy, you are unlovable. It is very hard. Yeah, we tell them, but at another context. But we are easy to tell ourselves, I'm ugly. I cannot amount to anything. I'm just a failure. Etc. What are the labels you've given to yourself? And what are the labels others have given you that you have accepted? You have given a label and you have accepted. Drop those labels. Drop those negative labels. Those labels with attitude about yourself. Drop them. Self-awareness allows you to identify your strengths. What are your strengths? What are these strengths that your family can stand on? What are these weaknesses that you need, like that you just need to be like somebody to hold you on? What are these patterns in your life that you need to break, those cycles that are tormenting each and every day? And what are these triggers that when they come, you lose yourself? There is no you. If you just meet this trigger, you lose yourself. If you just remember about a certain ex, you close yourself in the bedroom and you stay, you cry, you cry, you cry. If you remember about the losses you have already into, what are these triggers? What are these patterns that you need to break? What are these labels? So without understanding this, it is challenging to understand who you are and who you want to be or discover. Who you are and who you want to be or discover. For you to discover your deep potential, you need to find out, you need to figure out, what do I value most? Do I value most love or family? Do I value most peace or joy? What do I value most? What are my core values? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Like for me, I know I'm an administrator, and it has, in one way or the other, before I knew it has been affecting me. People will see me as very tough lady. Tough lady. I'm also an organizer. Like, I like plan things. I feel disappointed when things don't go the way I planned them to go. I feel so bad. So you find to some this is a greatest challenge. It might look like you're a perfectionist, but there's a thin line between being a perfectionist and just being an organizer. There's a way I want my things to go. There's a way I want my house arranged. There's a way I want somebody to do things around that. But you find also there is some administration thing that is inside of it. And it is very tough to a point. It can even intimidate the other gender. Like, I have a very strong no, a very strong no. That it is just a very genuine no, but it's a very strong one. I don't know how to say no in a polite way. My no is just a no. And in one way or the other, if you have not understood yourself, you'll be getting some of the blames. Even in my employees, or even you get some other challenges, and you're like, I don't know how to handle this. This person is like this. Like, you'll be named like rigid, but in really sense you're not. When somebody tells you like you are maybe rigid, or maybe you are or greedy or something, and if deep inside it, when that thing clicks into your mind, you're like, I'm not. Then there's something else that you need to find out. What is this? What is this that this other person is saying that is different with what I'm saying? So let's go on. So self-awareness, it's more about just recognizing our current feelings, emotions, habits. You need to know your core. You need to understand it. And you have different types of self-awareness. But one thing I want to tell you is that self-awareness is the first step to personal transformation. And if you have wounds for healing, you cannot deal with what you don't know. You need to know. You cannot become what you don't know. You cannot admire what you don't know. For example, we admire going to Diani because tumesikia Diani it is somewhere. And we also have photos of like we have something from there that will tell you Diani is a good place. If you know that you are a specific person according to what is inside you, the first step is you being aware that you are that person, so that you can go and find out, now, how can I become this person? If you feel like you're a millionaire, you feel you're a millionaire, the next thing you'll want to know, once you know that you're a millionaire, you find out what are the ways I can make these billions. If you feel that you are maybe the David of the family, you know, what are the ways that I can now fulfill this? Yes, I've been anointed. The anointing is like what you feel inside. You have been anointed to be the king. But now, what are the ways? Like, what are the strategies for me to ascend to this throne? Types of self-awareness. We have external versus internal. External is how others, what others think of you. What does the world think of you? What is the external factors think of you? Like, you need to understand how others perceive you. How are others perceiving you? And does that, whatever they are perceiving, is it inside, is it clicking inside you that indeed that is it? Or you find that whatever they're perceiving is something different with what you're thinking or what you're perceiving yourself. Then we have internal awareness. This is it's about recognizing your feeling, your thoughts. It's now from you, from outside to inside. You find that each one of us, sometimes you have like a thin layer in us. We have different layers in us, but there is a thin layers in us. It's like in so much, like in a deep pit. And these layers has some part of us that is now, that is true, that is good. Well, this part that is having some of our value, some of our passion, some of our strength, but it's like hidden, it's like far. But this other layer that is on top of this one is these things that are obvious, that we have the labels, the labels. And now, unfortunately, we accept this outer layer. We don't want to pay the price to go for this other. We need to pay the price and become the best version. So we need to unlock, to remove these upper layers and lock this other upper layer that is the inside us, and live the life that we're supposed to live. So I want you to understand that the labels you carry, like success, failure, and beauty of the flaws you have, these labels can be unlearned and redefined. Whatever labels, so long as it is not good, that label, so long as you don't like it, you can deal with it. Even if you're a thief, so long as you don't like it, you can deal with it. Even if you're in addiction, whatever addiction, So long as you don't like it, you can deal with it. It does not matter how hard it is. You just need the right help. You can deal with it. You can redefine yourself. Despite any definition that you have about yourself or the definition others have given to you, you will do, like you're able to redefine yourself. You have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to change yourself so that you can also be able to change our society and the things that are happening around us. If we don't change, we'll not be able to even put our children in order. And that means we are also giving them to a society of the same people that they have not even discovered. So we live a life of like, we are just flowing, just flowing. But we need to know who we are so that we can also lead us. We need to know, we need to take the responsibility for the sake of the society and get out of those labels that are in. For the sake of our children, if you are wounded, believe you me, you will wound the next person. Even the person who comes to you innocently, you will wound them. You will wound them. So, when I was unsure of my worth, for me, I turned to God. I turned to God's word when I was unsure, when I have lost a lot of things, I've lost people that I cared, friends that I knew, friends that I was just a call away, like a call away. They call me, I'm there. People that I have sacrificed so much, people that I valued them beyond myself. But now I had to find an alternative. And the alternative, I turned to God's word and has been a journey of rediscovery. Who I am beyond the wounds, the scars, beyond the pain. Today I stand and speak to you as someone who has redefined themselves with the truth of God's promises, the truth about ourselves, the truth about ourselves. Who has redefined the, I know the truth about myself. I know who I am. Sorry for that distraction. Today, I stand and speak to you as someone who has redefined themselves with the truth of God's promises, with the truth of who I am, with the truth of what I need to do. Like right now, I can say, at least I have a mantle. I know that this is what is it, and I need to go for it. So, you have questions here. The first question I want you to ask yourself on self-awareness, let's go the general awareness, like the general one. Let's go on identity. Identity. When we say identity, we mean like, let me ask you a question like this. What does your name mean? Does it carry a story? Does it carry a legacy or a purpose? When your name is mentioned, for example, let us mention the name of, right now the trending name is Kasongo. When I just mentioned that name, there's something that comes in your mind, whether it is good or bad. There's something that comes in your mind automatically. So mention your name to yourself. What comes in your mind when you mention your name to yourself? When your name is being mentioned in the boardroom, think of that. Imagine your name is being mentioned. Does it carry a story? And what kind of a story is it? Does it carry a legacy? Does it carry a purpose? And we have others that we were even given names with our names after people. Who are those? What values were they believing in? What were their core values? What were their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Are you seeing the same thing in your life? If they had a strength, do you see that same strength? Or let's just do maybe an example. If your name like is an English, like you have an English definition or a dictionary definition of your name, find out what does your name mean, and what are the characteristics of people living, like people called by that your name. For example, for me, I did that at the beginning of, think of last year or this year, who Dorcas Juliet is. Like Dorcas Juliet, biblically, and also the dictionary way. And I also, of some of us who have parents who can ask, why did you just choose to give me this name? Why did you find Like, this is the best name for me. Then my best name to be maybe or Shida. I'm sorry if maybe someone is going to watch this and the name is Shida. They have a story. And you can find that there's some patterns that can repeat even in ourselves, in our lives, because of the names we have. And also, you might find that the names we have are leading us to a certain direction of purpose. Because for me, I came to realize that the name Dorcas and Juliet, there's something common between these two names. And there's the same behaviors that are in these names. They're in these names. And you find that if at all I'm supposed to live in this kind of direction, if your name is Mercy and you're not merciful, your name is Nem, but you're very, very rough. You don't know what grace is. What you know is low and just need justice. The person offended me, I need justice. You're like, but you find that if you're not living according to that, like the values of that name, there's something that is wrong. That is a huge topic about naming that maybe we'll handle one day. But what we need to understand is that what story does that name have? What legacy? What purpose? You find that your name, you can just be named somebody, and you find that you're running on a specific purpose, like you're just on another on a specific domain. Now, when you say about identity, have you ever truly asked yourself, who do I call myself? Who do you call yourself? You yourself. I told you for me, most of the time, like when like for those who interact with me closely, or even in WhatsApp, you'll see my WhatsApp is precious jewel. I call that most of the time. His precious jewel, and I know why. Even if even if I feel that maybe I'm low and I'm not, that is what I'm like I'm prophesying, or that is the purpose I'm calling out. Have you ever truly ask yourself, who do I call myself? We call ourselves bastard, good for nothing, failure, me, I'm just too like this. Or the good names we call ourselves, I'm beautiful, this, and this. Sometimes we call those names in the outwards, but in the inside, there is nothing like that. So identity is not just what we call ourselves. When you say identity, it's something deeper. What is the definition of your own identity? Your own identity. How do you define it? How do you define it? Your own identity. How are you defining it? For very many years, I was not able to tell myself, like, I can't come and tell you I'm Dorcas Juliet, I'm this and this and this and this and this. Some of us, the only thing that help us introduce ourselves is our profession. I'm this and this, I'm a nurse, I'm a coach, I'm a this and this. There is nothing else. There's no value, there's no purpose, there's no story. What are the labels you have accepted about yourself, good or bad? I'm this, 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 and this. Good or bad? Do this label come from external source, or have you created them yourself? Perhaps some labels you have accepted because of they were given to us and we accepted. We felt them. Okay, I'm poor. But hata sina pesa, sina kazi, sina nini. I don't have money. I don't have job. I'm not stable. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to college. You accepted that you're uneducated. Like, okay, but I'm uneducated. You are poor. But because I don't have this according to your own definition of riches and poverty. And what are these good names? I'm beautiful. Yeah, by then my face, what defines my beauty is having this kind of body and having this kind of face or this facial expression. Now, do these labels, the labels you have given yourself, not the ones I'm mentioning, you know the labels you have given to yourself. What are those labels? You need to find them, write them down. What are these labels? And where are these labels coming from? The labels that are coming from somebody else who don't need even to argue about that. Those one who can deal with them touch. But the problem comes with the level you have given to yourself. That one is a work, I can tell you, because I've been there, talking from experience. That one is work. And how do you see yourself when you look in the mirror? We assume. I know once you look yourself in the mirror, you even forget who you are. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself the same way you define yourself? Hello? Do you see yourself the same way you define yourself? let's proceed. As we said, this is just the beginning, and you need those questions to reflect, those questions to ask yourself, those questions to imagine and start thinking deeper. What does God say about you? For those who are a believer, in the moment of doubt and uncertainties, it is very easy to forget who we truly are or who God calls us. Sometimes, like in the Psalms 139:14, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you see your face with pimples left, right, and center. You see yourself with this leg looking like this hand looking like this, like you're like, is it really, does it really mean? Sometimes even doubt. Sometimes we go and remodify ourselves because we feel we are not we are not the way God is saying. Like, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are not supposed to believe anything less than that if you are a believer. And if God says, if he says in Jeremiah 29:11, God has plan for you. The plan is to prosper. When even you are even in the dark turmoil or you've been in the darkest place, just you're not supposed to believe any other message, any other thing. You know that he has plan for me. He has plan for me. All these are working out for my good. There is something he's teaching me. That is how he's molding, he's making me. He has good plans, and plans are not to fail me, but to prosper me. Who do God say you are? What are these words that you believe, or verses that you believe that he says you are? What are these that you believe, like from yourself, that you are? How do you call yourself? How do you express yourself? Romans 8:17 says, you are a co-heir with Christ. Is it true? What does it mean to you to be a co-heir with Christ? When ka Kristo kadogo, does it really make sense? Does it resonate with you? Does it make any sense? Are you? If you're doubting, what is the problem? And we are a believer, we believe in that Bible, whatever you're believing in, what makes the difference? Maybe you're using a Quran. There is what it says in that Quran. I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know. What does your God say about you? What does he say? Is he saying something less? Or he says something more? Eh? In the Bible, in the Quran, or I don't know what all the others, I don't know. Is it speaking high of what you know? So let's proceed. So we need to connect emotionally to your journey of awareness. Connect emotionally with your journey of awareness. Have you ever felt lost? You are really, really lost. If you look left, right, center, there is no direction, there is no light. It's like everywhere. You're in the middle of darkness. Have you ever felt confused or unsure of your path? And this is the path of your life, of your future, of your destiny, of your purpose. That's because we often live based on what others think or the labels we have given ourselves. We have allowed even the world to define ourselves. The labels we have given ourselves, they have made us feel lost. They have made us forget about the hope that we have. We have rebranded ourselves, even against what our name are. Imagine your name is Mercy, and you have rebranded yourself Shida, poor. Like you have rebranded yourself like opposite of what you truly are, even according to your name, Gina. You have your own name that is beautiful and has a lot of meaning in it, has a lot of revelation in it, has a purpose that you can go, but you have decided you're going to live a different. Like you have decided to relabel it and give it another one that is negative, that is opposite. What is inside you? Because what is inside you, that is what gives you peace. As we say, true peace comes from inside. And it also comes from aligning ourselves with God's purpose in our lives. Now, why there's peace is in that layer that I said it is inside us. That layer that is inside us. That is where there is peace. When you really know what is inside you, you believe and you start working on. When you are in line of the purpose, there is peace. Even when things are hard or when things are disappointing, you don't give up. For example, I felt so much disappointed when the Zoom behind like that technical issue happened, and then my networks is just refused to disconnect. And these are first meetings that means a lot to all of us. You as maybe my client and me as the person who is presenting this to you. So I slept in much, but I'm not allowed to take alone. Just managed to fix something, and I know how to. I get my frustration out, and I slept. And I'm like, now what I'll do. And by the time I was going to sleep, I knew I'm going to do because of time and the schedules and the thing I have to do. This is what I need to do, and make this done so that I can plan another one. Because it took so long for us to prepare this, for us to prepare this slide. And we are not like we are pro, and people are in holidays, so we don't have like even graphics to help you. We have an exercise. Take a moment and write down 3 things that you know about yourself. You don't write what people told you about yourself, what you yourself know about yourself. 3 things. The good, the bad, you know about yourself. The strong ones. You can write them up to 10, but we just want 3. Now write 3 things you know God says about you. I also understand that we are going to, this is going to be watched with different people, not only maybe Christian. What does your name, the name that you're given, what does the name say about you? What are the definition of your name? The good and the bad side. What are the people who are having like the kind of name you are, even in your Bible, in your Quran, or even in the world? What kind of life do they live? What kind of challenges do they encounter? So you need to analyze. Now, what changes do you need to make the alignments between the two? These two need to align. The difference between who you say yourself you are, maybe just saying it is inside. There is what is inside. And there is maybe what you have already accepted. But there is what is inside that you feel desire. And maybe what your God said about you, or what your name says. This gap, how can it be bridged? There is who you live today, who you are living today, and there's who you're purposed to be living, or who the person that you're supposed to be when you have unlocked all your potential. There is a gap. What changes do you need to make for you to be that person? What is the disconnect, that gap between who you are and who you are striving to become, or who you are really supposed to become, or who your purpose to become? So you need to check also, what are your value system? What are your core values? What do you believe in? What are these things that they are non-negotiable? For me, if you cheat, it's non-negotiable. That is an example. I didn't say that, but that is the truth. For me, when you lie, I do this. Like, what are these things that are non-negotiable about you? That if somebody is doing this to you, or this is coming your way, for me, I don't know how to work on a toxic environment. Unfortunately, for a very long time, I've not been employed. I'm not like, I normally say I'm unemployable, not because I'm unemployable. Because, and even the longest place I stayed as an employee, is like a year. So you find that is something I know about myself, because any form of toxicity in that area, now I'm gone. Most of my jobs, I just been resigning. So I had to find out also those patterns. What was the trigger that were pushing me to resign? Most of my jobs, and I was the one who was resigning, just to give up the jobs. Why? And you find these are the jobs that the first time I was doing them with a zeal. So what are your value system? What are your core values? What are those non-negotiable things? How do you relay your non-negotiable? How do you relay? How do you pass? How do you share? How do you relay non-negotiable? Is it with a command, with authority, with fear? How do you say a firm or a polite no? How do you normally do that? There is a no that you feel this is a firm, but it's a polite one. There's a way you can say a polite no. I told you that as an administrator, I was sounding as though authoritative. Okay, I still believe I do, but unconsciously. You find that usually in my heart, I'm just good, I'm just okay. But recipient is receiving it as something else. So you might be saying, no, I'm sorry. And somebody is receiving, I'm sorry, which sounds rude. How do you relay? How do you give a polite no? A firm but a polite no. It's a no. I know that nobody can negotiate about it. I know that nobody can. Self-analysis. You need to analyze what are your thoughts, what are your actions, what are your feelings about yourself, and why. Did I need to check something? What are your thoughts? The patterns of your thoughts, the patterns of your feelings, the patterns of your actions. And about yourself, we're not dealing with somebody else. We are self first, self-awareness. You need to know how do you behave and what makes you behave the way you do. How do you feel? What makes you feel the way you do? What are your triggers that can make you kill somebody in an instant? That can make you resign a job that last year you were crying, you need a job, you need a job. That cannot make you say, what are these habits? Cannot make you say, cannot make you negotiate, cannot make you say a no, that you're being taken advantage of. What is this that makes you feel like you value others, more esteem others, more than you do yourself? What is this that makes you like you are gentle to others, but not yourself? When let me say we put somebody here, you and somebody else, you have done the same mistake, and you're given an opportunity to tell yourself something and to tell you with the other person, you find that you're gentle to the other person, you're hard on yourself. What is this that makes you be hard on yourself, but very gentle on others? You value yourself, you save for others, but you forget about yourself. How is your esteem? Do you esteem yourself more, or others esteem yourself, or you wait for others to esteem you? How do you value yourself? How do you value yourself? Hello, how do you value yourself? What are the core values about yourself? Because if you value yourself, you take care of yourself. You know how you feel, you know your triggers, you know the patterns, you know how to deal with some of the challenges, you receive them by yourself. So I want us to break here so that we can have three different like categories. I'm going to handle, because I don't know what the time that is left. I need to know the time that is left so that maybe you cannot be cut short. But let me see if I can continue. Maybe I'll do a small recap about self-discovery in the next time, in the next video as I present. So these sessions are not just about learning who you are. You need to embrace the truth. And the truth, you need to reflect them from inside. You need to research the truth from inside. Reflect the truth that is inside, and you need to embrace that truth. So, and once you have embraced the truth that is inside yourself, you'll be able to work on the gap that is in between who you are today and who you are not, and you're supposed to be. So let's go to the next thing. We say self-awareness, self-discovery. We have tackled self-awareness. I've asked ourselves questions. We ask these questions. We find answers to those questions and continue with the self-discovery. Now, when we say about self-discovery, this is where we unlock our true potential. Self-discovery. You are aware this is not the kind of life I'm supposed to be living. You have an idea. You have an idea that there is there's something inside me that is like locked. There's something inside me. You have this yearning that there's a better version of you. Now you need to go and discover it. You need to unlock. If it is locked, you need to unlock. You need prayers. If you need guidance, you need mentorship, you need coaching, you need mindset shift. You know what you need. After you have known what you're supposed to be, you go now unlock. After you have known where the potential is it in your mind? Is it in your thought? Is it in your heart? Is it in how you define yourself? Then you go to self-discovery. Once you're aware of where you are currently, once you are aware of where you are currently standing, self-discovery becomes a process of uncovering your values and your purpose. It builds the insight gains in self-awareness. So we need to know, you need to be aware first for you to be able to do something about it. For example, if there is maybe let me say an issue with the gas, the gas is leaking. You need first to know what the gas is leaking, for you to know how you're going to handle that gas that is leaking. If you don't know, you might just go and light it up, and it causes a lot of messes. So you need to find out what exactly is it, and then you go and log. So we first do the self-analysis. You do self-analysis. You get aware of yourself, your emotion, your thoughts, your feelings, your core, and then you go to discover if this is who I am. I'm lovable, and why do I have issues on the relationship? I did for this period of time. I lose the relationship. Why am I failing my exam? Why am I having a memory shortage and I have mind of Christ? What is the problem? What is the challenge? So once you have known, you get insight from self-awareness, and now that one is going to help you align with your true, authentic self. So self-discovery, when you want to build it, first get insight from self-awareness. And now it helps you align with your life, with your true, authentic self. So I have a question. This is a trivia. Have you ever felt that there is more to you than what meets the eye? Have you ever felt like there's like somebody, there's like a look-alike of you that is living a certain kind of life, more than it meets the eye? Have you? What would it look like if you could truly uncover the depth of your potential? Assume there is something you have noticed that is your area of your uniqueness. What will it feel like once you have embraced or unlocked the real potential with the fullness of it? And again, this got me thinking, what makes the difference in quality of people's life? For example, some live like an example while others like a warning. Right? Despite of where they're coming from, we have people who are coming from a very bad background, like from poverty, but at the end of them, at the end of their lives or end of their story, they're on top rank of riches, of wealth. But you also find that there is now a child from a certain wealth family. By the end of his story or her story is ending up as a pauper. What makes the difference? What makes people do the things that they do? Now, another question is, ask yourself, how do I take immediate control of my life? Take immediate control. Now start working on my potential. So I want us to find out, what is self-discovery? When you say self-discovery, what does it mean? Self-discovery is a journey of unlocking your authentic self. It's a journey of unlocking your true self. It's a journey of unlocking your true strength, your true passion, your true values. You're unlocking your true potential. It's the process of connecting with your true self, connecting with true values. We have some values that we have just adapted them, but they are not of us. We adopted them. We adapted them and even adopted them. We have some passions in us. They have just pushed those passions in us because of some reasons. But now, when you do self-discovery, it's the process of reconnecting with our true self, our true values, our true passions, our true strength. You have people that cannot even define their values. That is part of what this program is about. It's also about peeling back the layers of who you have been told you are, or you have even told yourself. I told you there is a layer, there is a true layer that we are supposed to be, and it seems like to be in a dark pit. But there's this another layer that we adopted it once after being born, being born, and the challenges came in, and I accepted some things, and had limiting beliefs, and there's this other layer that we created ourselves. We need to peel these layers and go and unlock the real layer that we are. So it's about peeling back the layers of who you really are, not what people told you, or not the labels you have given to them because of one circumstance or the other. There is where you get your understanding. This is where you get your understanding of your true passions, of your true strength, of your true desires. Free from external forces, and free from the labels you know you have given yourself. I'll give you an example maybe of my story. There is okay, when I was when I was growing up, in this journey now of discovering myself, I came to do some analysis of myself about like 10 years, my first 10 years, then Juliet 10 to 11, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30. And there's some analysis I was doing, and there's some things I was realizing that at my early age before 10, I was very jovial. I was outgoing person. I was staying even in people's home. I was just like everyone's favorite. But believe you me, I lost myself before 10. I lost myself. I lost my integrity. I lost my self-esteem, my self-confidence. There's some things I was doing as a child in that village. I was dancing at that time. I was singing. These are the things. There's some life that I lost. And you know, you're losing that in your father's house, in your father's home, in your home, where you need to to be supported. And I came to realize this, and one time as I was just meditating, and I realized that my son is a replica of my younger me. I was hyper, but that I lost that hyperness before teen. I was proactive. I was outgoing, but I lost that at my early time. So I'm at my early 30s, and you find that from teen up to this point, I've been just living, I've just been surviving. And there's so many things that I've accepted that have messed my life, has messed my values because of that because of the loss that I made, because of the wounds I also attracted. I have some rejection that I've faced, and you find that this rejection started from home. We have people who talked about mother wounds. I experienced that. And you find that it has attracted other wounds. That sometimes you just accept some of the relationships, some of the treatments, because you feel like maybe this or that. Maybe that is your fate. But really saying that is not it. So when you do a discovery, you need to discover these things. You need to reconnect, and you need to peel the list that need to be peeled. You need to find out what exactly am I? And what am I supposed, what are the true values that I'm standing in? These are values that you find that if it's something you do not come up with, you just lost along the way. You just accepted some things along the way. It's not that that is how you are created. You just lost it along the way. So let's proceed. So key points, these are like tips. These are the tips that I'm giving that you're going to reflect, engage with them in your own special time to tips of self-discovery. Number one, the power of reflection and analysis. As I've talked in the beginning, from the beginning, self-discovery begins when you ask the right questions. Ask yourself the right questions. Who am I really? As per my name. If I was given a name, as per what are these guys expecting? They expect me to be like my grandfather, like this and this and this. Like for me, I was called after my grandfather, father to my mom. And you find even when I go and see my granny, there's some special attention I'm given as a husband. And husband. And there's sometimes when my mother wants to corner me, will used to call me that. But again, I had to find out who was this kind of a person. Like, and I'm still on the process because these guys, no one will want to say bad about their parents. No one, including you, including me. Even if he's a witch and you hear somebody trying to say your mother is a witch, or you will be something else. So what makes you come alive? Discover who are you? What makes you come alive? Take a minute to reflect on your life, to reflect in your life journey. Like take a minute to reflect on your life journey. Identify the moments of joy. What are these things that makes you come alive? Feel good. What kind of these achievements that when you have this kind of achievement, it'll make you feel fulfilled. Make you feel fulfilled. What are these? What are these? Each of us has a sleeping giant in us, has a true talent in us, has a gift in us. Each of us has a sleeping giant in us, something that is sleeping within us, has a true us, has a talent, has a gift, our own bit of geniusness, just waiting to be tapped. And sometimes you may find them in what makes you more joyful, what makes you excited. So the power of reflection and analysis, you need to analyze what are these things when they happen. You feel good. When you're in this season, you feel good. What are these? So let's continue. That's one. Tip number two, the role of your passion and interest. What are the things you are naturally drawn to? Naturally drawn to. Not to take yourself there because of any reason, but you're naturally drawn to. Those are the keys to your authentic selves. Passions are not just hobbies. They are close to your purpose and calling. Me, naturally, I just want to hear somebody talking, particularly the talk should be like the talk that is transforming the moods from bad to good. And I want to be part of that conversation. We have a question. List activities and passions that light you up. What are these activities that light you up? What are these passions that light you up? Even if they are unrelated to your current job or to your current role. What is this that when you put everything aside, lights you up and do them lights you up? This passion often points the hidden talents or purpose. For me, for example, you'll find myself like, even my daughter was telling me that, hey, Mom, you're talking to yourself and you're in the house. To me, I was talking to somebody. I could not just have told them that I'm talking to somebody, but I was talking to them. Why? Because I feel like I need to speak to somebody. I need to tell somebody something. I need to tell somebody that this is not you. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not. I need to speak my mind to somebody. I need to remind somebody something. Yeah. Naturally, you find me doing that. You find me planning meetings. Next, identify your strength. You have been uniquely created with gifts, with strength, with talents. Have you ever truly stopped recognizing them? Try to recognize them. Try to recognize them. What do you excel in? What do people praise you for? What do you naturally do without much effort? That's where you're lying. What are these groups that you want yourself to dive in? These activities you want to dive in, even if you're not maybe appointed to be in. What are these areas you want to be? What kind of atmosphere? Write down 5 strengths you have received. You have received from feedbacks. or self-reflection. What are these strengths you have received from feedbacks? People tell you are this, you're this, you're this, you're this. But I want those that are strong, strength, your strength, not those that puts you down, those that put you up, those that lights you up. What are they? Then we go to number 4, overcoming limiting beliefs and habits. That is where the problem is. What stories have you been telling yourself that limit your greatness? It's time to identify and write them. The story you and I know they are not true, but you have accepted them. Self-limiting beliefs often stem from past experience or societal conditions, but these beliefs are not the truth of who you are. Replace those beliefs with empowering ones. If you don't know, reach out. How? Limiting beliefs. It seems like a small thing, but this is indeed a limit. It's like setting limits to ourselves. It's like a barrier. It's like an obstacle. The journey to uncover your purpose. Your purpose is a culmination of passion, strength, and dreams. Let's begin unveiling that purpose. Self-discovery is about unlocking your divine potential through personal reflection, identifying your core values, and understanding your unique skills. You begin to understand your life choices. And as I told you, it is a journey. It is a journey. It's about unlocking your divine potential through personal reflection, identifying your core values, getting the right tools, understanding your unique skills, understanding where you thrive naturally, where you want to be naturally. Then, and you also understanding how, like your life choices. There is self-awareness, and there is a place I think I had said, okay, so let's continue fast before maybe I share something. And there is here an exercise. You need to write down what you think your purpose might be and reflect on how it connects with your passion and your strength and how you're going to thrive in those purposes naturally. You thrive naturally. Write down what you think your purpose might be, like it's coming natural, and reflect on how it connects with your passion and strength. The most beautiful thing you can be is yourself. If you can just manage to be yourself, your true self, your full self, the most beautiful thing you can be is yourself. The most powerful thing you can do is discover the full capacity of who you are and live it. Not just discover and leave it there. Discover, unlock it, and live it in full. Take a moment now to ask yourself if fear, doubt, and limitation were not an issue, or those labels you've given to yourself, or those limits you've given to yourself. What would you do different in your life? And what would your life be like? Let's get away fear. Let's get away doubts. Let's get away limitation. Let's get away the beliefs you've given to yourself, the world has given to you. Who could you be? What kind, or other limitations like maybe finances, or who could you be? That is the true person that you need to go for with whatever cost. So now we are on self-care, nurturing your body, your mind, and your soul. How often do you put nurturing your body, mind, and your soul? And we have questions here. How do you put your own well-being first? I told you we normally put others first, but we need to put our well-being first. We need to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give the care that you don't have. You cannot give the love that you don't have. You cannot, like, you don't love yourself, but you're loving others. You just be doing a very hard task. Is there space or routine in your life to take care of yourself as deeply as you care for others? The way you care for others, the way you care for your family, for your spouse, for your children, for your relatives, for the bosses, work, and etc. Is there space, routine in your life to care for yourself as deeply as you care for others? What is self-care? It's not just about pampering yourself with a spa. Self-care is nurturing your body, your mind, and your soul consistently so that you can show up as your best self full, alive, energized, and ready to serve yourself and others. Holistic living, a whole living. Self-care is nurturing your body, nurturing your body, nurturing your mind, nurturing your soul consistently so that you can show up as your best self, full of life, full of energy, ready to serve yourself and ready to serve others. Remember yourself first so that you can serve others. So, key points of self-care. One, will start with mind care, the importance of mental health. There's a post I had made in the group for those who are in the group, or even can check, you can find in our Facebook page and also in our Instagram account about mental care. And I think I had listed around 15 importance of mental care. Go and check it because it's a long thing that I could not even manage to put in the slide. Because for this workshop, we had prepared 42 slides, which are too many. So, and we had just purposed 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I could not put them here. Go and check them in our group. Novozap, if you joined, you saw that post. And you can check on our page and on our Instagram, TPDC and beyond. Mental awareness is essential for maintaining overall well-being, enabling personal and enhancing personal goals and enhancing relationship, and also navigating life with clarity and purpose. So what are you feeling What are you feeling your mind today? How is the community you're in adding value into your life? The things you are reading, the things you are enjoying, things you are spending on, how are they helping your mental life, mind care? What is the importance of mental awareness? I had already shared. By checking the group. How does it affect every aspect of our lives? I had already shared. It helps to navigate life with clarity and purpose. It helps in personal growth. It helps in enhancing relationships. When your mind is free, when your mind is relaxed, when your mind is fresh, you're of great importance to any other person coming and even to yourself. You not sabotage yourself. Your mind is fresh. I encourage you to practice mindfulness, gratitude, and positive affirmation. Being that it is an offline recording, we can't practice that. I wanted it to be done when we are maybe on a station. Positive affirmation. I am strong. I am enough. I am this and this. Things positive. In the real sense, you might not be those things. Just remind yourself that is what you are and what you're aiming to. Mindfulness and just if it's sitting or just relaxing, just visualizing that best version of yourself. And you visualize it's like you're bringing it closer, near to you. Gratitude, what are you grateful for? For me, in my diary book, the whole year, each and every day, I just update one thing that I'm grateful for that day in one affirmation. I am strong. I am pure. I'm noble. I'm lovable. etc. So, what are the kind of like affirmation are you going to give yourself? And it should be positive. Leave the negative alone. Positive. And you should be grateful. Each and every day, list at least one thing you're grateful for. Give some self time, even if it's 5 minutes a day, just to meditate, visualize that person. Bring that person here. Bring that person to reality. You do a short visualization exercise where you focus on your breathing, quieting our mind, and releasing negativity. Want our mind to relax, to calm down, to release whatever that needs to be released, and to be fresh again. So, body care. Body care, the temple of your life. This is the temple. Your body is the temple of your life. If you don't take care of it, then you don't have a life. If you don't take care of your body, you don't have a life. If you don't take care of your body, you don't have a life. And if you don't have a life, you're not supposed to be in the world. You're supposed to be either in the dust and the spirit goes back to where it belongs, to the other spirit. Your health is your wealth. You need to take good care of your wealth. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and and how you care your body reflects how you reverence the gift of life. You need to do regular exercise. How is your diet? How you have proper nutrition? Do you rest? What kind of rest do you have? Is the rest giving you the rest that you need? Rest is not about sleeping specific hours. It has also another dimension of that. Do you give your mind rest? Do you give your body rest? How is your dieting? What are your physical activities that are involving yourself to keep yourself on check? Do you even go for checkups? How's your pressure? How is your cholesterol level? What do you need to do? Our bodies hold the energy we need to live out our purpose, and we must honor and care for them. If your body just misses, then there is nothing you can do. That's the end of you. So we need to take that body, to take care of that body. You need routines to take care of your body. What are the routines? What are the time and the spacing you have given for your body, for your mind? Now let's go for your soul. Your soul is where your purpose and the deepest peace are found. How often do you tend to your spiritual needs, to your soul needs? Some of us, you find that our souls are in a lot of captivity. What are the kind of dreams do you normally have? The kind of dreams that you normally have will tell you how free is your soul and how is it jailed or in prison. Spiritual wellness is about grounding yourself in beliefs, connecting with your purpose, and nurturing your inner peace. It is not about religion. It's not about which church. It's not about Christianity, Islam, or such. It's nurturing, grounding yourself in beliefs, connecting with your purpose, and nurturing your inner peace. Now, I'll have to ask you a question. Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel fulfilled spiritually? Number 4, rest and recharge. That is the balance. That is the balance, balancing the demands of life. Rest and recharge, balancing the demands of life. You want to balance the demands of life, rest, recharge. In a world that never stops, how often do you pause, rest, and renew your energy? Just take yourself out, not take your children out, your family out. You yourself out. Have your work, not as a family, as you. With no much in your list, to-do list. How do you talk to yourself? And what kind of talk do you talk to yourself? Do you know the importance of rest? Rest is not just sleep, but also time to reflect, time to reconnect, time to refresh. To have an action plan. Set aside each week a self-care routine that rejuvenates you physically, rejuvenates you mentally, and rejuvenates you spiritually. The next thing you need to do on self-care, you need to set boundaries. You need to set boundaries. Protect your energy. Setting boundaries, protecting your energy. Self-care is about knowing what to say and when to say it. Self-care is about also knowing when to say no and when to say yes. And self-care is also prioritizing yourself. So you need to set those boundaries. There's a lot of area of my life that I was affected so much because of lack of boundaries. Boundaries help you to protect your energy and helps you to remain healthy in all areas of our life. As we said, anything that will bring health, remember it will bring wealth. When you are alive, you'll be able to do a lot of things. There is a lot of money that right now is going to help people coming up with diseases. Why? We need to check ourselves, take care of ourselves. No one will do it for us. What is this one area where you need to set a stronger boundary? Work. Is it on work? Relationship? Where? What is this one area where you need to set a stronger boundary? Where is this place? Is it in your work? Is it in your life? In your relationship? Is it in your family? You need to create a plan to do so. Create a plan to do so. Where do you need to set boundaries? Where do you need to protect your energy? Where? Even about yourself. You need to set boundaries about yourself. You don't do this to yourself. You need to protect your own energy. Sometimes we use your energies ourselves. We said self-sabotage. How are your current routines? Are you exercising? Are you eating well? Are you sleeping enough? And then protect your energy. Boundaries that you need to make. Where? And is it in your relationship? Is it about yourself? Reflect on these things one after another. As we said, it is an introduction part of it, and we really need to work on it. It's a journey. It's not something that you can even say it's going to finish within three months. There's a lot that involves. Now take a moment to write down what you commit to do for yourself this week, physically, mentally, spiritually. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself, and you will be able to give more to others. Take a moment to write down what you're committed to do to yourself this week, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now let's bring it together. These three pillars: awareness, self-discovery, and self-care. We have other self-management, we have self-mastery. But these three are the foundation that will allow you to rediscover your true self, unlock your true potential, and step into a life of purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. By embracing who you are, uncovering your unique gifts, and nurturing yourself, you begin the transformative journey of your life. This is just the beginning. As we said, it is a journey, not a destination. These are pillars that we need to work on. Rediscover your true self, unlock your true potential, and step in a life of purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. By embracing who you are, uncovering your unique gift, and nurturing yourself, you begin the transformative journey of your life. So as we come to the end of this session, I want to leave you with one powerful truth. As I've already said, this is a repetition. Transformation is a journey, not a destination. You have taken a courageous step by showing up and listening to this video up to this moment, this session. And I believe that is not by accident. If there is something that is inside you, you need it to come out and you don't know how, reach us. If there is something you're dealing with, reach us. Let me ask you, what would your life look like? What would your life look like if you fully rediscovered yourself and embraced your true potential and cared yourself wholeheartedly? Whole, care your mind, your body, and yourself. What will your life look like? What kind of peace, the joy, the love that you'll have, the transformation that you'll have? So for this reason, I invite you all to join me for the next step of this journey. I have a 3-month program, a 3-month mentoring program that will take everything we have discussed today in depth and systematically, implementing all the action plan and turning it into a life-changing transformation. So your transformation starts now. Join the 3-month Rediscover You mentoring program. Take the next step to deepen your self-awareness, discover your true purpose, and master the art of self-care. This program is an opportunity to unlock your potential and transform the best version of yourself. Together, we'll create a roadmap for each, a roadmap of your growth, guided by proven strategies and a personalized support. So a special thank you for joining us today. I'm thrilled to offer you an exclusive opportunity to take next step in your journey of rediscovery. Now we had an offer for those who are joining within 48 hours. This offer is just for those who are joining today. That was on offer that day, but I think we'll have to extend this offer by the end of this week. For those joining us by the end of this week, your investment plan, we have two offers. For standard plan, the price is 15, but for the offer, it is 10,000 for 3 months. And if you want to pay an installment, the first installment, you pay in 2 installments, that is 9,000, and the discounted price is 6,000. So the offer price, the standard price is 15,000. The offer price is 10,000. If you want to pay a discounted price, the standard price If you want to pay in installment, the standard price is 9,000. The offer price is 6,000, and you pay in 2 installments before we begin. But you also have when you're in standard price, this will include my laptop is like going off. Just give me a few minutes. I need to log in. I have to do it here because I'm finishing up. Okay, now a standard price includes 12 number of session. That is private group coaching. We'll have a group for that. I will have 1 session per week. Then you have access to group or any additional support, question and answer. Then you have a personalized self-care roadmap. Then a monthly scheduled one-on-one follow-up, review and updates. You will gain clarity on self-care, self-awareness, discover your true you, and practical self-care tools, and improved well-being in 3 months. So very sorry about that. What you will gain, we're going to have 12 sessions, 12 private group coaching sessions. You're going to have access to the group, and we're going to do question and answers. We'll have personal self-care roadmap. We're going to have some routines and tips you're going to share. And also you have a monthly scheduled one-on-one to have reviews and also updates at where you are or where you need to adjust. Then you'll get clarity on self-awareness, discover your truth, true you, practical self-care tools, and improve well-being in 3 months, better mental health and energy growth, and a holistic living. You also have a community that you'll be able to get value to, like value-added communities. Then when you are having a premium option, you'll get anything that you're receiving as a standard pay, but you're also like you'll have a slight like customized. Maybe you have a specific thing you need to deal with. So full price for premium is 20,000. That is a full-time payment if you're paying for, or like a one-time payment. But special offers, I said up to Saturday, is 15,000. And you pay it in 2 installments. What to expect? Everything from standard plan above, private one-on-one session, and special requests. That is why I said if you have something special, maybe that is out of maybe self-awareness, self-discovery, that is why we handle it. Then we also have an additional advanced workbook, exclusive resources. But again, I'm not just leaving you with that. You have a bonus when you're joining any of our program. These two, either on premium or on a standard, either within the period you have shared as a discounted price or a normal price, we're going to have access to a book club. There's this one book that changed my life that I'll want us not just to read as a book. We'll have a book club on this specific book, and this book club is coming with group coaching sessions, and you're going to do our own question and answer, and we're going to have our own exercises, like check updates and reviews on those exercises according to our own journey on what you are maybe dealing with. But this book is very transformative, very, very transformative. So exclusive group coaching session with me to kickstart your journey, and additional support and question and answer. You'll have you will have that as a bonus, a book club bonus. As you know, we have book club, but now it's because of all this, there's coaching, there's session, there is update, there is review. That's why we have pricing, because we need to prepare. Then we also have the second bonus. If you refer a friend to join the program, you will receive a 1,000 cashback after the person has fully or successfully joined. This is your opportunity to invest in you. Take advantage of your special offer now and transform your life